Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into Why Are You? We're jumping into episode 4. If you watch my reaction to episode 3, I recorded that just before my birthday, and I had planned to come back later in the day to record some more after I let things charge and let things process, but I just didn't get around to it, and then my birthday happened, and I didn't get around because I was busy doing birthday things. But now it is the day after my birthday, and I have been so excited ever since I left episode 3 to dive into episode 4 because, baby, the story is going places. These ships are sailing, and we ended the episode with Fighter and Tutor being locked on campus somewhere and ended up sleeping on a bench together, kind of cuddled up and whatnot. It was super duper cute, super duper sweet. So I'm excited just to see where things go. Where things go. Right now there's like a competition between Tutor and Fighter and Zon and Saifah to see who's going to be the one to make me clutch my pearls the most, or who's going to be my favorite ship. I don't know right now, but we just going to dive on in and see where things continue to go. Okay, another super cute, just a great episode. So many things happened, and I've said it a million times at this point, because the episodes are so much longer than what I'm used to watching. So, you know, they're hour-long episodes. Like, they take full advantage of the fact that they are full-length, hour-long episodes, and they fit so much into it. And what I love is that, yeah, we've got two kind of primary storylines happening right now. We've got our Saifah and Zon, ship happening, and we've got our Tutor and Fight ship happening. And yeah, things cross paths, they intermingle, the worlds are, interconnected and all that kind of stuff. But even in us only spending like an hour with all these characters in the episode, and there's a lot of characters that come besides those four, all these side characters and secondary characters and whatnot. There's so many people involved in the show, in the series, that even spending time with all of those people, like, none of these storylines seem to be suffering. It's not like we're focusing primarily on one storyline and the other one is just kind of left off to the side, whatever. I think in one of the episodes, maybe episode 2 or something, it was kind of like that a little bit, where we were focused a lot on Tutor and, a little bit with his relationship with Fighter, but it was a lot of Tutor, and then Saifah and Zon were present in the episode, and they had their little relationship thing, but it was a little bit more, secondary. So I think that's the only instance where I can really think of that happening. But for the most part, like, they balance out the two main ships' storylines very well. And yeah, like, clearly this moment is focused on them, this moment's focused on them, and we bounce back and forth. But, we spend a solid 10-15 minutes on this particular set. Then we jump over to this particular set. Sometimes they intermingle and cross paths and whatnot, but, like, I never felt in this episode like either of the two storylines got shafted or got pushed off to the side and was, being neglected in any way, shape, or form. Like, I got so much development in the beginning, starting with Tutor and Fight. I was so happy that we picked up where we left off, because I thought it was going to be a situation like in a couple of different series I've reacted to thus far, where the episode left us in this really just like this moment. It left us in this really romantic or this pivotal moment where I'm like, ah! And then we come back to the next episode and we're starting like the next day or a week later or something, and we just kind of hopped over where we left. I'm like, rude, I want to see what happened. So I'm glad that we just picked up right where we left off. Cuddling on the campus. Obviously they didn't get a very good sleep, but still, it was cute interactions between them. And then, P-Fight was like, get your ass in the car, I'm gonna give you a ride home. And Tutor's, being his normal difficult self, and P-Fight's like, get your ass in the car, I'm gonna take you home, okay? And they had just cute interactions in the car, cute interactions on the bench, but like just so many things, just the way they would look at each other, and the way that they would, even in the car, glance up at the, you know, the rear view mirror, but, you know, clearly you can see that their gaze is looking at each other, and it's just like, it's super adorable, super duper cute, and it set up a nice, just a nicer dynamic between the two of them. You know, it's not this instantaneous, because obviously they are my enemies to lovers trope. I've talked about it in other series, I've mentioned it in, you know, comments and whatnot, but obviously they're my, you know, enemies to lovers trope in this instance. And I like that it's not just an instantaneous, okay, we're being stuck together and bam, chemistry, we're here. Like, yes, they have the chemistry. Lord, do they have the chemistry. They got the chemistry, they got the biology, they got the physical science, they got the physics, they got whatever branch of science you want, they got it. But yeah, I like that it's not just this instantaneous, all right, overnight, bam, we're in love and that's it. Like, no, yes, obviously the feelings, the attraction is there. They've got this very natural, like, it, a lot of it just makes me think of those feelings and those interactions you have with someone that you have a crush on, or, you know, maybe it's like the first date or something, like those sort of nervous interactions where you don't really know how to act around them. You aren't really sure what to say, what's right to say, what's wrong to say. You don't want to embarrass yourself, but, you know, you want to stare at them the whole time, but you don't want to be caught staring, so you don't know where to look. And it's just that sort of nervous interaction, especially when Tutor was getting out of the car. Like, it's just so believable, so genuine, so endearing. So I love that. Yes, okay, we kissed and it was delicious, and then we had this little cuddle session, but it's still not this just overnight instantaneous bam, we're in love and we're gonna be together. They still have these roadblocks, so to speak, Hua being a huge one, and I need P-Fight to, even if he doesn't come clean and say why he can't be with Hua or why he doesn't want to be with Hua, still he needs to end it. He needs to spare her the agony of having to stay in this relationship with someone who clearly doesn't have an interest in her in the same way that she does. Although she also needs to figure out what the hell she wants, because like I mentioned, in 1 minute she's in a car talking about I love you and I'm gonna stop seeing Tutor, I'm gonna see him less if that makes you happy. Then 5 minutes later she's at her birthday party talking to Tutor, talking about how you know, Tutor's the most important person to her, and how she's not sure how she feels about P-Fight, but all she knows is she would be sad if he wasn't around, and now she's confessing. Like, she just needs to figure out what the hell is going on in her head and what she actually feels in relation to P-Fight. Is it actually love and affection or whatnot, or is it just we've been together and it's a sense of familiarity and she doesn't want to be single? She got to figure that out. I mean, there's still Day over here, who, you know, I'm rooting for, Day and Hua. But yeah, either way, I need Fighter to just let her out of this. Let her out of this scenario so she is not trapped. So she doesn't have to find out about him and Tutor in some other way that's going to upset her and potentially end her friendship with Tutor. And Tutor was about to tell her what was up, and then P-Fight came along and was like, hey, what's going on? So then that conversation couldn't go down. But yeah, like I said, I just like that it's not an immediate, easy road for them. Like, it just feels more real. Like, love is not a linear path. It's not always just, okay, I'm attracted to you, bam, we're done, that's it. Like, there's peaks and valleys, there's roadblocks, you got U-turns you gotta make, you got, like, it's this whole messy web of just stuff. And yeah, I like that we're exploring that with these two. And yeah, like, they have their good moments, they have their bad moments, they have their chemistry, and yes, obviously I would like to just see them make out all the time because they're two beautiful men. Lord, are they two beautiful men. But also, you know, we've got to have the bad mixed in with the good. So I like that we're exploring that a little bit. It makes me sad to see the things that are happening to Tutor. Like, obviously you guys saw me go back and forth between which one of these ships is like my favorite, because like I love seeing the interactions between both of them. But aside from whichever ship's my favorite, like Tutor, the character himself, is I think probably the character that I just relate to the most. I feel the most connection to him in a sense. I mean, I've been a tutor for God knows how many damn years. I tutored all throughout high school, all throughout college, worked at the college tutoring center, was a TA in grad school, worked at a tutoring center for the last 8 years, and it is as one of my jobs, one of my 15 jobs I have. And like I've been tutoring math exclusively. Well, I do English at the center too, but math primarily. Probably for the last, like I said, since I was in high school. That was like the last 15, 16, 17 years. More than half my life. So I've spent more than half my life tutoring. So yes, I'm very intimate with tutoring. I've taught in the school systems too and whatnot. I was a middle school teacher for a little while there too. So like I'm accustomed to tutoring. So like I relate to him in that sense, but also in the sense where, you know, things aren't always easy for him. He doesn't have handouts, and he has pride, which can be a bitch sometimes. But you know, we don't just take handouts. We struggle. We work as many jobs as it takes. We struggle, we scrimp, we save, and we make ends meet, and we make it work. And it is hard, it is hard, it is hard. It is not always easy, and you know, things don't always work out. Sometimes, you know, sometimes whatever job we're working at just isn't enough, or you know, there's changes in employment at the job, and you know, you like whatever the situation may be, just very hard working. Well, I mean, that's one thing my mom's always said about me and all her children. We'll never starve. Don't always know what we'll be doing in life, but we'll never starve. We're very industrious. We'll always find some way to survive. We'll always find some way to make money, some way to feed ourselves, some way to keep ourselves clothed and roofed, and we'll always find a way. So that's one thing that I appreciate and relate with Tutor about, like, always find some way, even when it's hard, even when you have no one there to in your corner. And thankfully that's not the case with me. Like, I know I've always got my mom, I've always got my dad, I've always, you know, I've got family and whatnot who are always in my corner, always here to support me. It's not exactly like Tutor's situation where, you know, family's gone bankrupt and he's all by himself. Anytime that I'm by myself in a financial situation, it's because I got too much damn pride, and I choose to deal with the problems on my own. Just like when P5 was like, hey, here's your pay for this, blah blah blah, and he's like, you know what, no, take your money, I don't need it, because pride. I'm gonna do this shit on my own, okay? Even if it's hard, and even if it would just be easy and make sense if I just took this damn money, like, no, I'll do this shit on my own. So yeah, even those times when it's just hard and you got no one there for you, or whether that's by choice or, you know, because that's just the situation, and you just gotta have a pep talk with yourself. You just gotta cry it out, get those emotions out, get those feelings out. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel emotional. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're overreacting or whatever. Your emotions are valid. You are completely entitled to whatever emotions you're feeling, and can't nobody tell you any differently. And sometimes you just gotta work your way through your emotions before you can actually clearly process, get a game plan together, and move forward. So I'm hoping that's where Tutor's trajectory is going in the next few episodes. I'm like, yes, he's feeling down and out right now. He's lost some clients who were canceling on him, and then the shop more or less had to fire him because they're not taking in as much money, not getting as much business. So I'm hoping that, you know, he's down and out right now, He's having his little cry. He's having his moment to himself. I'm hoping that that's just gonna be his cathartic release that he needs, so that he can come back swinging and dig himself out of this hole. We got no other choice. It's either that or we completely just cease to have any sort of anything, and that's just not an option. We make it work. So I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen with him, and obviously we'll see what happens with him and Fighter in the coming episodes. But yeah. But as far as Saifah and Zon, I love how the dynamic between the two ships. They're always kind of like balancing each other out in a sense. So like when one couple seems to be on the up, the other seems to be on the down and out, and then they just kind of balance each other out in a sense. Obviously I would love it if both couples were always on the up and up, but you know, it's this nice sort of duality combination thing that's happening between them. So right now Zon and Saifah are on the up. They are my happy couple. They're the ones getting all the happy feels and all the happy little romantic moments, the guitar playing lessons and the closeness and the little date getting guitar picks and snacks and just cuteness galore. Oh. It's just they're just super cute, super duper cute, and like the more I see them together, the more adorable they are, and I love them together so much, and I can't wait to see what happens with them. I love that last scene with them when Zon was adachiing out. That's what I'm going to call it now. Adachi is now a verb. So Zon was adachiing his ass out, overthinking and going crazy in his head, just overthinking the whole situation, what was happening between him and Saifah. I love that Saifah. Zon is like, hey, I feel like you're going to forget it, so I'm just going to come to your room. And Saifah's like, bet, let's go. Grab your shit, let's go. We going right now. And then Zon's like, hey, what the hell's going on? Which way you taking me? What's that? And he's just like, no, let's go. We going right now. We going right now, because I know if you don't go right now, you're gonna fly off somewhere. You're gonna change your mind. You're gonna whatever. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And then he's having this whole overthinking moment in his head, and Saifah's just like, why are you confused? And he's like, oh my god, you're reading my mind. I'm like, no, I'm not reading your mind. It's just anytime you start overthinking, you look like a character in a Korean fiction. And I'm just like, beautiful example. Like I keep saying, like there's so many like elements of this that remind me of anime, which, you know, not necessarily Korean fiction, but still it give me that same kind of vibe. So yes, I can 100% see what the examples I gave is just perfect. It's perfection. So yes, they're adorable. And then they had the moment in the rain where I'm like, y'all setting up all these stereotypical romantic moments, and I'm like, y'all are too damn cute. Y'all are too damn cute. And I need y'all to just. You're almost there. You're almost there. You just gotta hop that hurdle. But yes, almost there. Super cute. And then there was that whole other couple. The one guy who was, you know, jumping Japan's bones up against a tree, which I don't recognize him, but he might have been one of the other characters, like on the soccer team or football team or whatever sport they're playing. Might have been on that team in one of the other episodes, and I'm not recognizing him, or he might be someone completely out of the blue, or maybe they're a new character. I don't know. I don't know. But I like the prospect of that couple. I like the prospect of any time there's attractive boys trying to kiss upon each other. Of course I like that. And then there's the whole Blue and Dew situation, which I'm assuming that's going to be another enemies to lovers type trope dealy anyway. Maybe, I don't know. Just because Zol said that's the ship that she was gonna make. I'm also wondering if Zol is going to make a ship of the one guy who was coming at her in the elevator towards the beginning of the episode, and then the one guy who was in the stairwell. One guy who's in the stairwell who she gave the other phone to, was like, hey, we're gonna take my phone and talk to this guy because I just ain't got the time for it. So, like, I don't know if that's gonna be I feel like that would be a clever way for her to write herself out of that whole getting not attacked, but constantly flirted on by that guy. Just like, hey, here's my story, boom, these guys are now a ship, and then bam, they're a ship. I don't know, we have to wait and see, but either way, cuteness, and I can't wait to get into the next episode, so I'm not going to wait, so I'm going to get into it right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.